Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Prime Time, and you already know you on Primetime Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video, and you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For Prime Time.
To this day. Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? Well, it sounds like the video I did some months ago, back in 2023, the end of 2023, about Gervonta Tank Davis versus his next up and coming opponent. And I know a lot of people want to know, well, let's first of all dive into how we even got here, because a lot of people been criticizing Gervonta Tank Davis, but y'all got to realize the last part of his year last year was stunted by some outside legal issues. So therefore, that's why you got to give my boy Gervonta Tank Davis some slack. You know what I'm saying? A little outside stuff trumps the inside ring stuff. So with that being said, he had all up in the air with who he was going to fight, who he was going to call out. Well, with no further ado, it is Frank the Ghost Martin. Yeah, they've been, PBC been trying to put that fight together ever since in the last year. And now they finally got everything. They officially agreed. And, hey, it's going to be on and popping. And you know what I'm saying? It's not only going to be, just for, kudos and pay-per-view. No. We going for Gervonta Tank Davis lightweight championship title, that he got bumped up to official once Devin the Dream Haney dispersed all his titles at 135. So, hey, it's a good thing. It's a good day in boxing. PBC got another big draw fight. I ain't gonna say it's a mega fight, but it's definitely a big draw fight. People will be intrigued to see the matchup of Gervonta Tank Davis and his coach Calvin Ford going up against Errol Spence coach, and Derek James. So, hey, it is going to be a serious fight, an onslaught of war of words. You already know. Neither one of these guys mince their words. Neither one of these guys are afraid of each other. Both of these guys have already talked junk and smacked each other. So you already know leading up to the fight. And once they actually start announcing this thing, all that stuff like that, it is really going to be on and popping. So I can't wait to bring more news, far as where's the date, place, all that stuff like that. They ironing out those kinks. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated with everything. So you already know you got to stay locked into this channel right here. Like I give it to you real, give it to you short, sweet. Get you out of here. I'm not gonna waste your time with fake fabricated stuff just to get some clicks. I mean, hey, I could do it, but I just don't like doing it. That was one of the reasons why I started this channel. I wanted to make sure I just give the meat and potatoes and everything and get out y'all way and out y'all life and, do it right. So anyway, look, I'm excited about this fight. I ain't gonna jabber on too much about this fight. The reason being is because you gotta think about it. PBC is now putting on their first big pay-per-view, if you think about it, especially with Gervonta Tank Davis being a big draw. They got to go for the juggler here because, PBC and Amazon Prime are just putting this deal together. They got to make sure this thing pop, this thing draws, this thing make the money back. So, hey, it had to be somebody like Frank the Ghost Martin. It couldn't be no other, name. And, also it kind of puts to bed that Gervonta won't fight black fighters, things of that nature that a lot of, people be saying on the outside. I be hearing that stuff. But I don't really play into the negative stuff because that's what my channel is not for. So I don't bash down fighters on this channel and never will. What I will do is give you the facts, give you my interpretation of what I think is going on, and also give you some critical thinking far as who could win. you know? And that's what I want to do before I go on this joint right here is, who do you think can win? Do you think Frank the Ghost Martin will be the first true test for Gervonta Tank Davis? Remember, he's never fought a black fighter on his resume as far as pro fighting. So this will be his first one. And, you know, we know he's sparring with fighters, so I don't want to hear all that stuff, that negative stuff. But far as his pro fight career list, yeah, this will be his first African-American fighter that of this caliber that he's fighting in the pro. So I'm looking forward to this. I know a lot of other people are. And I think this is a good test for. I don't think this is his biggest test. Honestly, I think Mario Barrios probably was his bigger test because, you know, it was a bigger guy and he was fast, and he was cagey, and he had some, you know, confidence about himself because he was the champion at that time. And for somebody to move up and take your title and knock you out, you know, I got to give Gervonta Tank Davis his props and his kudos on that, and can't nobody take that away from that man. So anyway, moving back to in my comparison. Now, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis have had problems with fighters that are around his height, hence Pitbull. But, you know, we got to put into account he fought Pitbull with one hand, and pretty much controlled the fight, the pace of the fight. And Pitbull didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't press the gas when he needed to. He didn't. I think if he knew in hindsight his hand was injured, he would have pounced on him seriously anyhow. But me as a fan and, you know, a critic watching, I saw how, you know, Gervonta didn't throw that hand. He didn't throw that left hand that much at all, you know. He threw it enough to get him, you know, to fool him and to set traps. But, hey, man, you got to give a fighter like that his props and his kudos. Same thing with Shakur, even though he didn't say what was wrong with him. But we know when fighters fight fights that they're not 100% on. You know, well, you should. You know, if you are a true boxing fan, then you should. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people want to see a fighter lose. So, you know, of course, they cheer when they lose and not even put it in an account that the guy could have came in there with broke rib, broke arm, broke hand, broke shoulder, whatever. You know, messed up eye, whatever. Plenty of fighters fight that are not 100% because they got so much on the line. They don't want to lose that money, the belt, the purse, everything. That, you know, people done got hotels and booked flights and all that stuff. For people to do that over again, a lot of times it hurts the sale and the profit margin of the fight. So a lot of fighters don't like to postpone, period. You know, unless it's like a super mega fight. But think about it. You know, we done kind of had them all now. You know, we had the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury, you know. And we had, you know what I'm saying, Canelo and Golovkin. So, you know, what is next? Where are our next big elite fights at? So, you know, honestly, we can't get all the fights that we want right now because they have to materialize. They have to build. And that is a lot of things that a lot of fans in boxing don't realize, that, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, all three of those guys are on a collision course to each other, but it has to build up. It has to build up because there's not enough money there for people to put up the money and pay these fighters in advance to get them to do this fight, and then they make their money back, you know. The time of profit and margin and loss is now over. Now people are being very strategic about what they do and the moves they make, and there gotta be some guarantee, gotta be some interest there, gotta be some love there, gotta be some anticipation there. And if not, then they're gonna build it. And if not, they're gonna move on to something that will. And that's just the bottom line, because Primetime Talk TV says so. You know, and that's just being real with y'all. So a lot of the fights that we want, we have to show the attention as fans. We have to go out there. We have to tweet. We have to antagonize the fighters. We have to talk about it. We have to scream about it. We have to make YouTube videos. We have to conversate about it. we have to create conversation about it. And if it's not no conversation, so it's all those things that go into factor if we get in these fights or not. So a lot of people that's on the sideline just running your mouth and complaining will do more, going towards it so that it's not a bunch of complaining. You can say that, hey, I was the part of the reason why we got those fights is because I was in the background, in the back scenes, doing all I needed to do on my end to let it know, to be heard that, hey, we want to see this fight. So anyway, with that being said, that's all I got for this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next, latest, greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV. And I'm on social media. Everyone definitely go to the website, PrimeTimeTalkTV.com, and copy some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love, until next time.